They can't close this place down. The place is a bloody institution.
I got your letter.
It's progress, darling. Siding Spring is just too old, too run down.
I've been doing some more work on that data I sent you.
And?
I'm still not sure. I think this is something that could really help you up there.
I'm Mike. I'm the Vice President of Development for the new Red Skies Observatory. Just thought I'd pop past and say hello.
Yeah, well, you can bugger off now, pretty boy.
If this town isn't interested in fighting for the very thing that defined it, then maybe it's the town that's not worth saving. I think you need to leave. Fine.
The telescopes at Red Skies are bigger and stronger, allowing us to see further than ever before.
Okay. I get it.
I'm on your side. Trust me.
When are you coming down to Tasmania? Simon's coming?
Is he?
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
Thinking about it?
We both have bigger plans. You want to be mayor? And me? Well, we both know what I want.
Harry's dead. So this is what Harry was working on before.
Yeah. He didn't do much else. Dad was obsessed with it. He was convinced that there was more out there than what we know about. Like a new planet.
Really?
Well, maybe what Harry was tracking was clearing a path. Maybe we need to look for nothing first before we can find something.
But that would take weeks. Maybe even months using Harry's telescope.
You could be back in Siding Spring by dinner. You and Bill could fire up the Skymapper. You could have found this thing that Harry was talking about by midnight.
Yeah, if we're lucky. And then what?
Well, then they can't shut you down.
But what if Harry's wrong?
But he won't be wrong.
You should come.
Yeah. Where?
To Coonabarabran.
I've been asking you to fix the Skymapper for weeks. And now, when I actually need it, I find out that not only has your little mate Steve tampered with it, but that you hadn't fixed it anyway.
What am I going to do?
What about that guy from Melbourne? Could he help?
We're on our own up here.
Begin.
Well, I'm a liar, thief on the tail, and I know a heart must bend before it breaks. Just like the moon, and I'm like the sun, and my rise has just begun.
Yeah, well, thanks for calling in there, Norman. You know, it's been really riveting. We really appreciate it, love.
So, Miss Browning, council elections are coming up next month, I hear. Any aspirations at the top job?
I can honestly say I haven't given it much thought. I'm sorry?
Sorry, love, a bit of a cough. Go on.
Well, at some point, once the dust has settled on a few things, me and my family will probably have a chat about what the future might hold for me.
You really have done some amazing things for this town, Miss Browning.
Thank you, Bandit.
Speaking of family, I haven't seen or heard from Mr. Browning in quite a while. How is the other half going?
Oh, well, he's very busy, of course, and he's doing very well.
Oh, great.
Well, it's been a pleasure having you in now, Miss Browning, and hopefully next time we see you, perhaps you might even be Mayor Browning, eh?
Yeah, a real devil.
Yeah.
Before you go, what's the go with Siding Spring Observatory?
Oh, well, as you both know, today is the last day of operations. It's been such a big part of this town.
But all good things must come to an end, of course.
Of course.
And what's going to happen with the grounds up there, once you lot shut the gates?
Well, of course, I personally had nothing to do with its closure. I merely helped the staff up there make the transition as mandated by the Minister and the Department of Industry. In the long term, they'll all be much better off.
Oh, is that right?
This was going to happen, whether we stood in the way or not.
Perhaps you could put a bed and breakfast up there. I hear the views are spectacular.
Oh, actually, it's funny that you mention it, because...
Right, I have had enough of this shit. I am so sick of you coming in here. What do you think you're doing? Gonna stand by and watch that get shut down. I'm telling you, I am not going to stand by and let that shut down. I have had a gutful.
New Maroon 5 Classic, here it is.
You been here all night?
Yeah, must have been. What time is it, Hel?
About 1 o'clock.
Oh, really? Must have dozed off. Hey, Hel, look about yesterday.
Just forget it, okay?
No, Hel, I owe you an apology.
I said forget it, Bill.
I'm not going to forget it. Yes, Hel, I am a piss-poor excuse for an astronomer. You've been carrying me for years and I've been a slack dog. I feel like I'd promised so many things and I feel like I've let him down.
Let who down?
Your dad, Hel. Sam, my best mate. When he was really sick, right, towards the end, he'd noticed him taking a shine to this place. And he made me promise that if you came back and that you were old enough, that I'd kick a door open and see that you got a gig here, put you under my wing and show you the ropes.
And you did.
Oh, hell, everything you've achieved by yourself without a shred of help from me. You are so much more the scientist than your old man. And he'd be the first one to admit that. All I've done is muck things up, get in the way, drop things on your feet, say the wrong thing to the wrong people, fuck up your schedules. Such a loser. Look, here's my formal resignation. I'll be out by 3.
It's a napkin.
Yeah, well, I didn't have a pen. Oh, it's working, by the way. It was a cracked solder and a dodgy relay.
Excuse me?
It's fixed. All systems go. Skymapper's on the roll.
Bloody hell, Bill, you idiot! You can't go anywhere and I'm not accepting this.
All right.
We've got work to do.
Well, let's get onto it.
He's late.
He'll be here, don't worry.
This is exciting. Real politician in our little town.
You hear that, Leslie?
Thanks, Lorraine. I'm really nervous. I think I may need to drain the main Lorraine, if you know what I mean.
Sorry?
It's like I'm meeting the Pope. I'm not even religious.
Just let me do all the talking.
You did bring those documents that he needs to sign, right?
You said you were bringing them.
Oh, you're talking about the acquisition papers for the property on top of Siding Springs Mountain, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I left those at home.
Sorry.
Here he is.
Well, Miss Browning, a pleasure to finally meet you.
Please, call me Leslie.
Mike Finch, Vice President of Development at Red Skies.
Mike, pleasure to meet you.
Lorraine Stewart, my lord. Or my friends call me Quiche Lorraine, which is really funny because I can't stand eggs.
I said, let me do all the talking.
Hey, Hallie!
Yes!
I just want to say thank you!
Thank me, why?
You know, I can be a bit of a jerk sometimes, you know? I probably rank about a 10 on the Dichter scale.
What?
The Dichter scale! Like, I don't really have any female friends, you know? I probably don't have any friends at all, really, apart from Bill and Hal, and more specifically, I don't have any friends who are female and totally rootable.
You wonder why, Steve?
I know I say the wrong thing sometimes and it can come across as being a bit disrespectful, but I don't really talk to women all that much, and I kind of overcompensate. And
let's talk about this later.
You're kind and tough and really smart, but not smart enough to not be friends with me, which is kind of confusing, but it also makes me really happy because I just think you're really cool.
Okay, thanks.
It's really nice to be friends with you. Like, I don't want to sleep with you. Not at all. Well, I mean, unless you want to, and then that'd be okay as well. Like, whatever, you know? Oh, that was beautiful.
Good grief.
Oh, you got me.
I do apologise for this old room, Minister Scullin. Our normal meeting rooms are currently being fumigated. We had a pest problem. One large pest, specifically.
Well, I wouldn't worry about the rooms. In all of my years in politics, I've seen plenty of rooms which are much worse than these, so don't worry at all.
Oh, thank you so much.
Found him.
Oh, great.
You won't believe who else I found. Oh, only the bloody mayor.
Well, isn't this a turn of events? Using the old meeting rooms, I see. I guess I can understand why. Best to keep these kinds of meetings away from prying eyes, hey? Wouldn't want the town folks to get wind of anything that smelt a little off.
Daryl, it's too late, mate.
Minister, can I call you Jim?
Of course you can, Leslie.
This is all just one big misunderstanding. Our outgoing mayor here has been a little upset lately about having to step down from office.
Now, hold on a minute.
Don't worry, I've had some recent experience with this, including a recent Prime Minister.
Oh, yeah, did you see him eat that onion with the skin on? That was gross. Budgie smugglers!
Look, I'm sorry to barge in like this, Minister, but I think there's a thing or two you need to know about what these two have been up to.
About these papers, Minister.
Lorraine, would you mind taking our very confused mayor out? I think he's said enough.
Have you told him about your plans to build a bed and breakfast up there?
Well, I thought this was just a simple asset closure and reassignment.
Well, that's not. He's just very angry.
Look, at the end of the day, as your department outlined, Red Skies is the future of astronomy in Australia. I mean, Siding Springs had every opportunity to transition into a more modern observatory, and they didn't move with the times.
Well, certainly that's what I was briefed.
It's unfortunate, but ultimately it's for the best. And if we can use that space when they're gone, where's the harm in that?
Well, there's none, I guess. Yeah.
Everybody wins.
Right. Yeah. Well, now that's settled. Shall we, Jim?
It'd sure be a shame to shut them down. Especially on the very day they discover a new planet in our own solar system.
Oh, now I know you've lost your mind, Daryl.
You're joking, right?
No, mate. Go and see for yourself. By the way, I voted for your mob.
Good
man. Out that door, mate.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, stick it up your ass.
I didn't know you were scared of heights.
Nah. I'm just taking in this amazing view. And look at all the trees.
So when were you going to tell me?
Tell you what.
Oh, I think you know. Your big master plan.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let me see. You set yourself up as Vice President of Development at a regional science centre. And what do you know? There's already an established facility, just like the one you work for, just down the road.
Helene, we've spoken about this.
And perhaps, maybe you can just convince the lady scientist that works there to give up her post. Willingly. Or with just a little bit of Finch charm.
Babe, what's going on?
Babe? You are thicker than I thought, Mike. I know about your plan.
You're just upset about Barry, okay? Can we just go inside and talk about this?
His name was Harry. And he reminded me what I was fighting for. I was fighting for that 12-year-old girl who looked up to her dad and who wanted to follow in his footsteps. I was fighting for Bill and, God forbid, Steve and everybody else who works here, or everybody that might work here in the future, like Hallie.
I think we just need to go inside.
I know about Leslie.
She's just a power-hungry bureaucrat, okay? Look, babe, this is silly.
I'm really glad you popped in to see me, actually. Because now I can tell you how we're going to save Siding Spring. And there is nothing you or your little sweetheart Leslie can do about it.
So what's the status, Bill? Well, I'm trying to hold him here. Brownie's got some papers for him to sign, and I think the minister's just about to sign it. Well, she doesn't have till nightfall. She needs to find that planet or comet or whatever it is she thinks she's found, and she needs to do it 15 minutes ago. I know how that sounds. Look, just tell her I'm thinking of her and I'll do what I can from here.
You imbecile! Get off the phone!
Bill, I'll call you back. Leslie?
Daryl!
Where's the minister?
He's gone for a pan of chocolate at the bakery. I guess he was hungry for a delicious chocolatey treat.
Well, if the minister's not in the next room, why are we whispering?
I don't know.
Should we stop?
God damn it, Daryl! Are you deliberately trying to ruin everything?
I'm just trying to do the right thing.
Oh, since when? You spent the last 7 years fumbling your way from one disaster to the next. You're no better than us.
I know I've made mistakes. I know that. But there's a big difference between you and me, Leslie.
And what is that?
I care about this town.
Oh, what a bunch of bullshit!
Let me finish, and I care about the people who live in it.
Hey, Dazza. What's cracking?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Fantastic.
Oh, you're kidding. But we're close, Daryl.
What are they saying?
Right. So they are leaving?
Who's leaving, Bill?
Okay, mate. Yep, okay, I'm sorry too.
What?
We're too late. They're leaving.
But we're so close.
I know.
No.
No what?
We're not giving up, Bill.
We're not?
No, we're not. I'm going to have another look at Harry's paperwork. I just must have missed something. He found something. I know he did.
So what do you want me to do?
Reset the search pattern.
I can do that. I'll check the calibrations, and I reckon that arc was off.
What about we try a blink comparator?
Seriously? God, I haven't used one of those for about 15 years.
Do we still have one?
It'll have to be here somewhere. What I'll do is I'll check Harry's epoch.
This is it, Bill.
I'll have another look at the arc.
I don't care if we don't save this place, but we are finding Harry's planet if it's the last thing we do.
It's gonna be fantastic!
Why are you yelling?
I don't know. A bit nervous, a bit excited. Blink comparator, doing it now.
It's too late. The minister's inside already, probably signing away Siding Springs to Leslie as we speak.
Oh, no!
So, what's the update with Hel?
She's still working on it. Whatever it is she's looking for, it's not going to be easy to find.
Well, I guess that's it.
Surely there's something we can do.
Well, even if Hel finds what she's looking for, this thing's too far gone.
It's the attitude. Let's do something.
Here he comes.
Daryl, I've got to get moving. It's a long way back to Canberra, so I've got to make a start.
All right.
Excuse me, Minister, before you get back to the big smoke, do you mind telling me if you can save our little observatory? We've worked too hard on it for you to come along and just bloody kick us to the curb.
There's a very talented scientist up on that mountain, trying to make one of the biggest discoveries made in our solar system in decades. Maybe even the biggest discovery we've made in Australia ever.
Oh, and mean anything to you all time?
No, the mayor mentioned something about that before.
Well, he was right.
I can't do this.
You need to understand, I've approved the funding for Red Skies because they're a more modern and efficient facility, so they'll get the funding. But I haven't signed the documents. I haven't signed the documents.
So what does that mean, exactly?
So what that means is that the observatory stays in public hands. You see, I think that something as important as the observatory should be owned by the public, shouldn't be able to be sold off to greedy property developers or bulldozed into the ground. So I haven't signed those documents.
So we can stay.
If you can find a way to keep it open and make it work, then I wish you the best. But I really have to go.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Cheers. Good luck.
Wait, what just happened? Did we win?
Not yet, Steve. Not yet. Not now.
Oh, hi guys. Hey, Steve.
Bill, good. I wondered where you'd gotten to. Read the figures on the screen for me, will you?
-8 degrees, 2 minutes, 37.8 seconds.
Bill?
Must be hard getting good help up here.
Why are you here? I mean, why are you here?
I thought you could do with some help.
I've got enough idiots up here trying to help me already.
Ouch. Okay, that's fair.
You could have called ahead.
Yeah, right. I could have called ahead. I'm sorry. I guess I just assumed that you'd be busy, you know, trying to find...
Harry's planet.
Yeah. Yeah. How's it going?
I don't know. Something tells me I am so close, but I just feel like I'm chasing shadows and I'm running out of time. I'm taking way too long.
Well, I'm sorry it took me so long.
To do what?
To get here.
I've got work to do.
I know. And I would like to help. That's the reason I came, after all.
And that's all. Right?
Yeah.
Good.
Good. Glad I came.
Great.
We're tiny, insignificant flecks of dust. And contrary to popular belief, we're not at the centre of the universe at all. Yet, it's hard not to get caught up in all the things we spend our days worrying about. Our jobs, our relationships, our families. They might not be at the centre of the universe, but to us, they seem just as important. Perhaps it's better that way. With all that space up there, it's nice to find comfort in the small things special to us down here. And so with that, I'd like to thank you for visiting us here at Siding Spring. We might not be the newest nor the largest observatory in Australia, but that'll never stop us from dreaming big and having fun. Nor should anything stop you, whoever you are and wherever you've come from. Hope to see you back at Siding Spring Observatory real soon. Done here. If you could be sure to pop the headphones you're wearing back to Paula in reception, that'd be great. We've only got one set left after Bill, one of the young scientists here, left the other pair on the break room electric stovetop. So, yeah, if you just give them, yeah, anyway, cheers.
Turn around and come back down, baby, come back down.
So this is where you come to slack off.
Sometimes.
You must have a great boss.
She's all right, I guess. I'm so sorry. What's fun? He's not sorry at all.